Hi, I'm Rebecca J. Venton. Welcome to my Knit and Crochet channel. Today I'm going to show you how to work the basics with Loop It yarn. This is real good if you want to make a quick scarf for a Christmas present or a birthday or just, for yourself for any reason. It's machine washable and cold, and it also is, let's see, tumble dry low. That's pretty cool. And the only thing you need is your hand. It's actually pretty cool. All right. This is what it looks like when you pull it out of the scan. Oops, wait a minute, let me show you. Okay. It's attached. Oops, okay, there's the end. It's attached with string that's strung all the way through it to hold the loops together. Now what I'm going to want you to do, if this isn't already like this, I want you to make a tail. And by doing that, you're going to pull one of the loops or the end loop apart, and you're going to see the white thread there. Just cut the white thread because you want to be able to weave it in later. There you go. All right, now you're going to work in rows. You're never going to turn your work. Let's start with 6 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can make a blanket too. It makes a really soft baby blanket or adult blanket. All right. Now you're going to take your skein and you're going to fold it behind the 6 that you have pulled out or whatever number that you're working with. Now the next loop after the end one that you've decided is your end one, you're going to take it and pull it from behind and up. All right, while still keeping the yarn behind your work, take the next loop, put it in from behind, okay, and then take the next loop from the back, put it from behind into the next loop on the front. And you're gonna, and make sure that you don't twist it. Make sure it's untwisted. Then the next loop that's in the front, make sure that's untwisted. So you give it a nice smooth look. Nice smooth knit look. Okay. Keep on doing that. Just keep repeating that. All right. And then take the yarn, because you just reached the end, fold it back the other way. Remember, don't turn your work. The next loop from behind goes through the first loop there. All right. It's a little hard in the beginning because, but once you get some weight to it, you'll be able to do it a lot easier and figure out what is what. So don't give up. All right, the next loop goes there. Look for the next loop. And if by accident, which I've done, you make sure it's untwisted, you skip a loop from behind and pull up the next one, just every once in a while look behind. That way you can pull out your work and you don't have to pull it out too far, because that's horrible. I did that once. I made a whole blanket and had to pull it out like 6 rows back. Okay, so check your work every once in a while just by turning, and you definitely will be able to tell if there's a loop that's out of whack. See how that you don't see any loops just floating around in the back? Okay. So you just keep on doing that over and over again. And then to bind it off, oops, okay. To bind it off, let's see. Let me get this undo this so I can show you how to bind it off. Okay. What you're going to do is going to have the work behind you. Take the next loop, go through. Take the next loop, go through the next loop. Okay, so now you have 2 on there. You're going to take that second loop that you just did, and from behind, put it through the loop that's on your left there. Okay, so here's one that was just done. Take the next loop in the front, in the back, and put it through the next loop on the front. Now you're going to take that same loop and from behind put it through that loop on the left, and see how it gives it a nice edge. Okay, take the next back loop, next front loop, put it through that same loop. You're going to put it through the loop to the left. See how it's binding it off? Okay, let's untangle. Okay, next loop goes there. That same one goes behind onto there. And now the very last one, put it through there, put it through there. Okay, now there would be more tails or more loops here, but I had already clipped it. Okay, so you're going to clip to make the tail, and then you're just going to bring it through. Okay, and then what you're going to do is weave in the ends. And I weave in the ends by, let's see how I do it. Okay, so I take, not this one I just did, but the second one, and through the top, I'll push it through the middle and out. Next one, I put it through, pull it a little bit. Okay, in there. Now, looks pretty good, right? Now, if you want it more secure, because you're just a little nervous about it, what you can do is just take a little bit of sewing thread. Because of the fuzziness of it, the color doesn't have to be perfect. And what I do is right where the end one is, I bring it through and put it a little bit before the end, and just do your overhand knot, trim it, and then just a little bit, just so it's out of the way, you can trim that back. All right, and now that's secure, and see how you don't even notice the thread that I used. Okay, so for the bottom, I do the same thing. I look for the little holes, and I'll just go in and up. Next hole, go in and up. Next hole, go in and up. And just keep doing that. And then the same deal with the thread. Especially if you're giving it to a little kid or something, you don't want it to come undone. Okay, right before the end of the tail, just do an overhand knot. Trim it. Trim it close to where you did the overhand knot, but not, too close. There you go. And see? You can't even tell. That's what I like about this. Nice and simple. Weaving in is super simple. See how I really don't even notice? All right, and that's the simple basics of how to start your project. Go through it so it looks like a knit stitch. and binding off. Hope you enjoyed this video.